Yo, Happy New Year's. 2017 is over. It's 2018 now. So hopefully a lot of good things got done. Hopefully, of all the victims this year, you were not one and you don't have any relations to any of them. But there's plenty of them, so I'm sure it is possible. Something that you cannot control, it's out of your control. You can't control everything. If you could, then what would be the point of existing? You'd be omnipresent. You'd be around everything. You could stop the living. You can stop the things that were not existing and turn them into something that was, not to be in contention with the things that you would mention and the things that you could stop and have any pretensions with. You wouldn't have anything or any reason to be pretentious, and it wouldn't have anything for you to be complaining about if everything I was mentioning was truly a fact. But instead, we're only humans in that we can make lots of flawed and mistakes, but you can learn and maneuver through that. You can always learn from your mistakes, and this hate that you have can definitely get displayed in the worst of ways, and it can definitely pass from here to the next Christmas stage, which is just shy of 6 days, because what is that, 329 days, because that's how much it is, because today's the January 1st, and that's okay because, you heard it from Adam right here, the first one to say it, the one to mention it, the one to get it on into the point of amazement that you believe. You're not going to hear the things that you had heard from me as you would from the creepy guy that lives in your basement. If you have one of those. If you don't, well, then you're missing out, because Adam Stark is telling you to listen now. I'm going to tell you something that you're going to learn, and hopefully it doesn't just go in and out as if it goes through one ear out the other, because you're going to learn something about me, brother, that you wouldn't have thought you've ever heard from anywhere else, and it's not for comfort. I teach you hard lessons, because that's what Adam Stark does. Adam Stark stresses things that you wouldn't have stressed on yourself, even if you had to do some arm stretches and you weren't that flexible, and then all of a sudden you got so fucking hurt you had to go to your doctor, get prescribed from a pharmacist, and go to Walmart to get Lexapro. I'll fucking rhyme anything if you want to, and, let's just willingly tell you that I am definitely the MC to teach you many things that you wouldn't have heard if you otherwise weren't around this guy, because, the flexibility of Adam Stark's rhymes is just incredibly amazing, because I can even slow down the fucking syllables in the words, because, I'm killing fools in the worst ways possible, because you can't stop the fool, because I'm looked at as a fool by somebody that is listening to me for the first time, but they don't understand that this guy creates the craziest and most unheard rhymes, because I can be a fool in a sense that I'm dumb enough to text somebody showing my face on camera. But then again, it's only verbal attack, so it's okay with you be watching it, because it's not going to be something that's going to be able to take me away and drain my stamina. Because that's not going to happen, bro, because I'm telling you everything that happens for a reason is because I happen to be one of the people that is just committing just so much understandable treason. And I say treason because it's not right to have horrible rhymes, to have horrible punchlines. It's not right to do that. And that's what all the MCs on the radio do. They have so many horrible ones. But that's okay, because Adam Stark, he's scoring them up. I'm definitely keeping a tally, and the tally is in the millions, and the billions, and the trillions, and the numbers after that, the quadrillions. Because MCs out there are so fucking horrible, it just makes me want to move them all into a fucking insane asylum pavilion and put a fucking grenade in it and blow it up into the point that they're going to explode into oblivion, and they have to go through medical surgery and trauma treatment, and they won't be able to afford any of it, and then they'll have to be stuck in the fucking endless loop of the Medicare system that we'll be living in by the next point of the time that we get to that part of the rhyme, or the next New Year's where I'll be rhyming and rapping in that part of the civilians that are going to be listening to that part if we're all still alive at that time. Because I can look at this in a pessimistic way, because you won't be able to get your rhymes past this, because Adam is consistent. Hey, I can prove anything I can say, because this is just the way that I get my point across, because I could say anything I want to, and you will just have to listen, wait, and see if the things I say come true, if it's a premonition of the days to come, or if it's just something that I'm saying because I happen to be in this intricate phase that I am wanting to get past of right now, because I'd rather be optimistic, I'd rather be happy, and there would be lots of things going on, like I could do lots of fishing, I could eat lots of spinach, I could do something crazy, and you will not stop this, because I am not in contention. I'm putting you in a lot of suspension, and hopefully it's not a suspension of disbelief, because this is the realest thing you're ever going to hear from somebody that is in the fucking complete utter and darkness. But whatever, because Adam Stark is one of the people that's going to rhyme directly at midnight on New Year's Eve, because I am the hardest, and I wanted to make my point proven, and I want to show you that I can do this, and want to show you that I could make these come out of my blueprints as if this was a harvest, and I was cooking you something new that you could eat, and you could just enjoy from now to the end of the point where you no longer have any food to get you into the good into the venue, because it's one of the places where you're allowed to have a food and drink, is where you're allowed to do some things. And now the fucking lights went out on my car, but I just had to maneuver it so I could turn them on, and then now it's now newly lit because it was just unlit, and now it is lit again because that's what happened, because I'm going to litigation, and this is just a stem point of me getting to the process of getting it to work again, and then it's going to be hopefully working on my Rogue again, and then that's when I'm driving. That's okay, because you can see that this is a way that I can get from one point to the next, and you won't get this in any other place that you listen to a rhyme that's getting in your face like mine in the camera does, because I am just definitely would be spitting in your face, except that would ruin the lens of the camera, and then that wouldn't be any great, because that would be a problem. Then I'd have to fucking take a fucking washcloth and just squeezing it out of its way, because then I'd have to be cleaning up instead of be rapping. I'd be focusing on that instead of doing what I'm doing right now, because I'm proving that I have a knack for coming up with crazy-ass rhymes and skeeps and rapping really fast. I don't know why I'm fast all the time, but I happen to do that because this is just the path that I've chosen to do. It's okay, because now you're probably frozen in fear, like you don't know what to do. And that's okay, because Adam Stark is one of those people that is just knowing how to move, and I'm just knowing how to prove that I can do anything I want to do, and I'm just repping as fast as I can at the moment. But that's okay, because it's fucking frozen, and you know that it's so cold that if I wanted to go any faster, I'd probably exacerbate my fucking breath, and I wouldn't be able to get it out much, and then my tongue would get stuck to the roof of my mouth, and then I'd be going, it's stuck, I can't get it out. And I'd have to fucking get a bunch of hot water, and I have to find a way to get it unstuck, and that would just teeter-totter over, how do I do this? How do I get it out? Am I going to have to spit it out? Am I going to have to cut it out, like stopping the behavior, or literally cut it out, like I'm going to fucking take it, and then I'm just going to just remove it like a tapeworm, like you would do if that's what happened, and that's to be the problem. But then I'm stuck. He's going to do whatever I have to do to solve it. I'm going to have to take it and create a new solvent. If I have to fucking take a bunch of salt water and just make sure that I just douse it in that and get my tongue unstuck that way, that's what I have to do, because my rapping is great, and I hope that you are not lacking the faith that my rhymes are appreciative over the years, and I just happen to say what I happen to say, because it's fucking New Year's. It is now 2018, and I am proud to stay clean. I am proud to say that, and I've been clean my whole life anyways. Don't get me wrong, this is not a sober speech or whatever. I'm telling you congratulations to myself for being sober for once. I've been sober my entire life, so that's not really something that I could give you closure for once, because I've always been that way. But if I wasn't, this would have been a beautiful moment we could have shared together, but that's okay, because this is something that we can all agree together. We can look around and we can all understand that this is very variable weather, because this is Minnesota we're talking about. We're not talking about some other place where you're not going to get rocked in the mouth. You're not going to be able to rock around and get rocked in the mouth like you're getting hit by hail. And because this is something you were living in a living hell, you're not going to be able to get out of here like you were living in a living cell, like you were living in a prison cell, like you weren't getting out, because this is just a different place. You're not going to get out of it, because if you could, then why would it be called prison in the first place? You know, we're all living in a prison, but it's just a mental one. It's not the physical one, unless you happen to be watching this video. But then I'll ask you, where the fuck did you get this from? If you're in prison, should you not be allowed to watch something on a smartphone, tablet, computer, or MacBook, or laptop, or any other fucking computer device? One of those things, because that would not suffice, because I'm pretty sure that's against the rules of contraband, and then you couldn't stop the man from coming up with the crazy rhymes, and now you're going to have to get stopped, my man, because you definitely broke the rules that were coming up from the top of the ladder, which would be the people that are running the prison, which would be the warden and all of them, and they're going to come at you, and then they're going to fucking stomp on you to the point you're nothing but matter, and then they'll stomp on your bladder, and then they'll take your toilet away out of your fucking prison cell, then they'll put handcuffs on you. You'll be living in another type of living hell. You'll be living in solitary confinement, and then all you can do is look around, and oh my god, now you're in all sorts of different literary defiances, as if you have to learn a new way to live, because it's that much of a problem, because now you got to realize you're living in a different type of place. It's scary, like fucking Harlem, when you're walking there at the nighttime, and you happen to be the right guy to get jumped at that time, because it was that the moment when you realized you walked in the wrong part of the neighborhood, and that's what happened, because it's not for the greater good. You know, you walked in the wrong part of a place, you're going to get beat the fuck up. It's going to happen. It's happened to all of us, and I hope it doesn't happen to you guys. But then again, it needs to be something that you learn once or twice in life, and it happens to the best and the worst of us. You know, hopefully there's no knives in the fight, because hopefully otherwise what's happening, you're going to get cut up, and you're not going to like the fight. You're going to end up wishing that it didn't do what you did before that got you in that type of night. And then, have you learned much from this today? Was this a good display? Was this a good discourse? Or did you just not want to listen to this, of course? Which of the following did you choose when you listened to this one? I don't know. I'm not going to ask you, but will you give me your social security number and your total number of income? Joking. That was just a joke. It's also about to be tax season, and that's going to be something that I'm not going to like, and that reason makes me very pissed off. That's going to get me in a bad mood. That's going to make me get so fucking pissed off, I'm going to get my first tattoo. I'm going to take fucking I'm going to take a bloody serrated knife and just fucking get at you, and I'm talking to myself in third person, so don't think that I was trying to attack you. And there goes my lights again in my car. But that's okay, because I'll fix it, because I've had to do it once already so far, and I can do it again, because history repeats itself, and Adam Stark is somebody who can definitely look at you as something like a computer program, and I can definitely delete itself, as if it was a self-inflicting file committing suicide, and that was okay, because if that was be the probable cause for the case, then you would die, as if I was talking to you like you were a computer file, and you just got stupefied by the way I come up with these crazy, nuanced rhymes that you never would have thought of yourself, even if you thought of it 1,000 times over, and you thought, how could I prevail? How could I think of something crazy that Adam Stark wouldn't even have thought of? Well, it wouldn't have happened, because Adam Stark is one of the people that is so crazy with his fucking rhymes that has definitely got you knocked off that attitude, that high horse that you thought you were on, and I guess what that high horse is now getting stomped, and it's now beating up a dead horse, like a career that was ended, like a topic of discussion that was no longer contended, like it was no longer talked about, because that's what happens when you beat up a dead horse. That's a saying, that's a moment of expression that people have said, and just know that any second I can come up with anything crazy that's going to stop you in an interjection, as if I can come into the middle of the conversation and tell you in a second that this is no longer going to pass as something that I want to hear, because this is just reckless, and this is getting me pissed off, like I just talked about taxes. And this is not something I don't want to do. I'm not looking forward to it. And it's not just because we never get ahead in this fucking world of taxes, because, I'm not an honorable mention like a fucking corporation or one of those people that makes so much fucking money that it's like taxes are fucking given back to you 100% and then some. But no, what happens is they get us so pissed off that all of a sudden we feel like we get cut from fucking ear to ear, and our neck and throat just gets slit up, and that's like a definition of taxes to me. It just gets nuts, and then it's like, it makes you want to give up. It makes you want to just fucking throw up and just get all your shit up out of you and out of your mouth, and because it makes you just get so sick to the point you're just going to have a fucking shitty hiccup, no pun intended. But it was, an honorable mention to say that I fucking hate taxes. I'm not looking forward to it this season. I mean, I'd rather stay in the fucking winter season, another 6 months of Minnesota winter driving, than have to go through this taxes, because they're not going to be able to get surviving. This is going to be a very bitter arrival, for us to be able to get through this fucking unholy fate of bile and vile denial, that we're not going to be able to get ahead with our money, because instead we're going to get down so far low in this country. You'd think that we live in Texas, actually, because that's how much of a fact you see the taxes be ruining our life drastically. I fucking hate these things, and it never works properly for the people. That's all I'm trying to say. And at least in Minnesota, I don't know about the rest of the country, but, any type of way, I just hate it, and I always will. You know what I want? You don't want to know what I would do to those tax people if I had them in my way and I was holding onto my steering wheel. I would fucking turn, and I would fucking crash into them, and I would just make them burn, and hopefully make a facsimile of their fucking remains, and then I would take that literally and put it into the cremation site, and then hopefully make a beautiful vase intricately, and that's what I would do. I'd put a vase in my room of the remains of the dudes that were taking my taxes and that were taking my dues that I earned myself, and then they would hopefully learn themselves not to fucking steal all my money that I worked for hella longer than they did. All they did was sit in a fucking chair and create this stupid fucking system where they get to take it, and then all they do is reciprocate the hatred coming from us taxpayers, from Americans that are just sick and tired of our money and our time and our resources being wasted. I mean, I just fucking hate this. I mean, it just gets you fucking tainted with anger, and makes me want to go finger painting, but with literal blood. And that's gonna be the rearrangement bigger than any configuration in this fucking stupid indignation fucking nation. I mean, I fucking hate taxes. I hate them with the most passion I could possibly have for any topic of discussion and what have you. And what haven't you? And if I have to do it, I will do it, but I will not enjoy it. I will just stop employment as if that will stop the taxes, but it won't, because then what happens is they will go for back taxes, and then they'll just take it from me in some other way or some other fraction or some other faction or some other way to get it out of me, because it ain't stopping me. I mean, I might as well get a fucking ice pick lobotomy, because then I wouldn't know about these things. So when it comes around, I can just stop and think, oh, I don't know what taxes are, and then I won't have to be anything. I can be non-existent like a picture of an avatar, and I can do that, and I can be rapping hard as possible, and I'd probably sound the same. See, I insulted myself, even though I am getting out of the frame of mind that I should be, because this one insane little guy that's on your screen all the time, you're listening to my raps on YouTube, and this is just a crazy disguise, and the fucking lights went out on my car in another crazy disguise, and now my eyes get all hazy and blind because my lights keep going on and off, and pretty soon my pupils are gonna pop out of my eyelids, and it's gonna just spray all over the window and the side, and then I'm gonna have to find a way to clean it up. But anybody who takes my taxes even more this year, they're gonna get beaten up. And I'm just saying, I'm just tired of this. It's a very defeating summons that we have to go through just to fucking pay for the things that we wanted. Like, for example, I worked all this fucking time, and then we lose it to these tax people, and it's not right. It's fucking disgusting. It's evil, and it's very, very opposite of what you should have, because it's mad evil. It should be something nice. It should be like, okay, let's give it back to you because you guys earned it. That's not what happens, and now you got to learn it. And it's just annoying, and I fucking hate it, and I want to take it like a statement that I didn't mean, and I want to shred it and step on it and light it on fire and burn it, and that's what I want to do with it. That's how much I hate it. And now I'm in a bad mood. Instead of just being in a rap mood, I'm in a bad mood. Fucking hate taxes, dude. That's all I'm trying to say. If you're somebody who does taxes for a living, I'm fucking mad at you. Yeah, fuck you. I'm mad at you. You and your W-2s and your itemized deductions. Fuck you. You fucking suck dick. You can go fucking deep throat a guitar and a drumstick. Fuck you. You fucking do taxes. I'm done with you. I should fucking come to you, and I should show you what fucking real hard work is like. I should fucking take all my pay stubs and shove them up your ass, and then see what you would fucking do with that. You could shit out the numbers and do the fucking math, and then you'd have to rearrange them yourself with your fingers up your ass, pulling out the shards of it and sorting through the shards of shit, pun intended. You're gonna have to start from the start of it, and then you're gonna have to work hard like I do every single day when I go to work with my heart of a king, and you're gonna learn some things. You're gonna have to fucking learn how to do taxes the way that I do them, which is work hard, and then I lose money because you people are fucking two dummies that work together. It takes two of you to do one person's job, and that's okay because you're one of the slobs of American life that is just apparently right for the going to the top of the ladder of dumbest people, because the dumbest people are the ones at the top, the corporations, the people that are running this country, and they're running it so crummy, we're pretty much going to start crumbling like California with all the earthquakes. And when the earth shakes, and then what's going to happen is, you're going to make a bunch of unearthly mistakes, and I fucking hate all of you tax people. I'll do so many fucking bad things to you, you don't even want to know. I'll fucking... If we were on the fucking road right now and your car said I'm a tax person, then what I would do is I would do this. I would definitely act for certain. I would take this fucking car and I would just ram it into you, and it would be curtains. You'd be done for. I'd fucking ram it into the side of you, me coming from your passenger side. It'd hit you, and then hopefully your passenger died. You would knock over, your car would just do a flip, and then I would do some shit where I come over there and I would, try and likely shake your car window door and maneuver it, get it open, and then do some shit where I would fucking take your hand, put it in the window, open and close on it, and then I would take your fingers, and then I would just pull them, and hopefully they would rip slowly, and then I would put them in the car door, and I would jam it onto it, and then I would start stomping onto it, and then I would just turn on the damn auto switch that makes your car alarm goes off, and then you put your ear right up to it. Hopefully the eardrum would rupture quick. You wouldn't be able to hear nothing, bitch. You'd be fucking deaf, stupid, and your arm would be... you would crippled, and it would be up to some shit that you never thought you could do. It'd be like, I'd find new ways for your arm to flex, and then you wouldn't have any armed defense to stop what I'm doing, because now you have an armed effect, because you'd be trying to block every punch that I'm throwing at you with one arm broken and one arm still on the seatbelt, and then I'd show you the pain that he felt. I'd fucking run over him with his own fucking car, take his tax forms out of it, and show him some fucking harm. I'd shove it up your fucking ass so fucking far that by the time you get the papers out of you from the doctors, they wouldn't have got it done until it was already stuck in the shards of your eye, and it was part of the rhyme that I get to the point where Adam Stark is just one of these unholy, heartless little minds that just show you that I'm in a disguise because I'm just so fucking mad and I'm so fucking vexed at these guys that take my money away from working so hard every single night, and I hate taxes. Okay? That was all hypothetical. But I hate taxes. Happy New Year's.